Good evening and welcome to the Night Vision Fall Sports Wrap-Up Special. I'm Jace Caddell.
And I'm Landon Jepson. Tonight we'll take a closer look at Wartburg fall sports season, celebrating the standout athletes, unforgettable moments, and postseason aspirations.
From thrilling last-minute victories on the football field to record-breaking performances on the cross-country trails, it's been an incredible season of action and achievement.
But it's not just about the highlights. It's about the hard work, perseverance, and team spirit that make Wartburg athletics so special. Let's jump right in and recap the season.
The Wartburg football team wrapped up another incredible season, leaving their mark both on and off the field.
With hard-fought wins and standout performances, the Knights prove why they're one of the top teams in the American Rivers Conference. Sports reporter Hiney has more on how the Knights left it all on the field this year.
I'm out here at Walson Hoover Stadium, where the Knights are 25-2 since head coach Chris Winter arrived. After back-to-back runs to the Final Four, even with numerous key players departing, the standard for Wartburg football did not change. The 2024 season for the Wartburg football team was one of resilience and success. The Knights finished the season 10-2 with a loss in the third round of the playoffs. With so many key players from the last 2 years not returning, many expected the Knights to take a step back. Senior wide receiver Carter Henry knew that the Knights had the players and coaches in place to succeed this season.
You know, we just trust in our coaches, trust in their preparation. They get us right. The senior captains, you know, lead by example, learn from the other captains that have kind of paved the way. So yeah, the standard is definitely the standard here, and we're proud to be a part of it.
The Knights ran through the American Rivers Conference en route to a third straight conference championship. The regular season wasn't all positive, though. A 35-13 Week 2 defeat on the road against St. John's proved to be a pivotal turning point in the Knights season.
And I think St. John's having that game on the schedule, kind of getting slapped in the face a little bit that day. And I said it on the radio a few weeks back, I really felt like we kind of got embarrassed over there. It's a tough word to use.
The Knights rebounded the following week with a 10-6 road victory over the Central Dutch. A coach, Chris Winter, talked about the importance of that game on the Knights season.
It's really, you go over there and just down to the wire, a 10-6 win. Took that momentum from that game and just kind of carried it right on through the conference season.
The Knights opened up postseason play with a 19-14 victory over Wisconsin Platteville at home. They then hosted Bethel the following week and lost 24-14, ending the 2024 season. This year's team, while they fell short of the ultimate goal, will be remembered fondly by Winter.
Same time, like I said, I couldn't be more proud of the way that these guys fought, competed. I told them down there I love this team, and the 2024 team will always have a special place for me with this group of guys.
Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Zach Hiney.
Thanks, Zach. What a season it's been for the Knights, full of determination and heart until the end.
We wish the seniors the best in their future endeavors and can't wait to see what next season holds for the Knights football team. Up next, sports reporter Jace Caddell joins us with an exclusive interview with senior dance team captain Reagan Brooks.
I'm here with Reagan Brooks, the senior captain of the dance team. Reagan, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Well, thank you for being here. And this program only started in the 2022 season as being recognized by Wartburg as an official sport. How has it felt that as this program has grown even more, and especially being one of the pioneers for this program?
Yeah, my freshman year, I was just actually talking about this earlier, we only had 10 of us on the team. So going from 10 to 19 this year, that's a really big amount of growth within my 4 years at Wartburg. So just having a larger team, having more people to get to know, more chances and opportunities to just really show other people what Wartburg is about and how you can come to dance now at Wartburg as a sport.
Yeah. You've also had some pretty personal awards and successes with this program, as well as you've had 3 conference honors. Mm-hmm. How does that feel for yourself as well, as you've been dancing for a long time, and so to really see that reward come out there?
Yeah, coming to Wartburg, I knew I wanted to dance, and I really wanted to just keep pushing it and see what I can do personally to achieve, as dance is such a team sport that with dance team you don't really get a lot of that individual moment because you're always focused on your team. So being able to the last 3 years be recognized as an all-conference winner for dance team within the conference, it's been really rewarding and just makes me feel really good about myself being part of a team that really supports me and wants me to do my best.
Awesome. Well, in February, y'all have the American Rivers Conference coming up, a big competition to really end off the season. How are you and your team feeling mentally, and how prepared are y'all really getting for that now?
Yeah, now that state's over, it's just really going all in on conference. Conference is our biggest competition because it is with everyone within the conference, and it's a very competitive conference. The American Rivers Conference is full of teams with dance, all levels, all backgrounds, and coming from the Metro especially, all of these schools are going to have talent everywhere you go. So conference is just something that we really have to prep for. We're starting to get back into that mindset, but it's not all downhill from here. There's still a lot of challenges to come, but we're looking forward to it.
Well, obviously with dance, y'all aren't just competing. Y'all are always out there for the football games that comes along and always giving up that pep spirit. As the captain, you do a lot of the choreography for that. What goes into that process?
Lots of work. So leading up to a football game, it's typically between 1 to 2 weeks before the game. I will start choreographing, picking out music, and it just takes a lot of effort outside of classes and between practices to really just get that 1 to 1.5 minute routine down with all the choreography, all the formations and everything that goes into that. Just a lot of thinking that's different than just performing. You have to think about everything and all the aspects of moving parts and then teaching it to the team.
Well, thank you for being here, Reagan.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, up next, I talked with Emerson Crott and Peyton Robinson about the success in the Wartburg 2024 volleyball season. The Wartburg volleyball team finished strong in the 2024 season, having an overall record of 18 wins and 12 losses. With a sport that is reliant on a team being unified, fifth-year captain Emerson Crott and second-year libero Peyton Robinson credit their success to the leadership and unity that their team held.
Yeah, I'd say just as being a captain, like I stepped into those roles that I didn't think that I'd ever be in, and it really challenged me, but I grew a lot from it. And just with the young team that we had, I think we showed a lot of maturity through that, and we were able to help each other get better.
They've set the standard for us in our program. I mean, they have the pillars of Wartburg volleyball. I mean, they have team culture. They set the standard for like their personality and how they treat others, and then the hard work that they put in and the dedication and how they treat their teammates. Like, they just have the pillars that every team would want.
After missing the American Rivers Conference Tournament in the 2023 season, the Knights pushed their way in this past year as the 5th seed. Even though they lost in the championship round, Robinson felt that this team proved to everyone else how good they are.
It was crazy. I mean, the crowds really do show up, and coming in as the 5th seed, I was like, that put a lot more motivation to us because we beat the 3 top teams. And so we're like, this ain't right. And so just coming in as a 5th seed, beating the number 4 seed, beating the number 1 seed, like, it was really cool. And just to see the amount of support that we have in that ARC tournament is just absolutely incredible.
In volleyball, any match can be intense, especially when they go to the 5th set. The Knights went to 5 sets in 8 of their regular season matchups, and one game in particular truly stuck out to both Crott and Robinson.
I really loved the Dubuque game. We were able to play at home and get that win on our home court, so that was really fun, and it was just a great end to the regular season.
I would say, honestly, the Dubuque match at home, when I think we were behind like 9-17 and I went back to serve. And I feel like as a back row player, you can't really have that much of an impact in the front row, obviously. And so I kind of use serving as something where it like will impact my team, like something that I do individually. And so going back there, I was like, I need to get us on a run. In order to not have Dubuque get this trophy, I need to get on a serving run and like make this score a little bit closer. I closed the gap pretty well, and then just to go into those next 2 sets where our team just came together and played so hard and fiercely and like just went out there and showed out. To read more about the Wartburg Volleyball's 2024 season, go to go-knights.net. Reporting for Night Vision News, I'm Jax Caddell.
Thanks, Jax. The Wartburg women's volleyball team proved this year why they're a powerhouse in the American Rivers Conference.
With the season now complete, the team can look back on a season marked by exciting moments and accomplishments.
We'll now be joining sports reporter Jax Caddell once again for another exclusive interview with men's basketball senior guard Richie Rosenblum.
I'm here with Richie Rosenblum, the senior guard for the Wartburg men's basketball team. Richie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a great start to this season as y'all have already now tripled y'all's wins from the previous season. How is that feeling for you and the rest of your teammates on the success that this team is bringing?
You know, it feels great. We don't want to compare too much, to last year because it's a new year, but it's obvious. It's awesome, and we've had so much fun. Obviously, we're feeling really good where we're at, our improvement, the culture we've built this year, and just the overall improvement. We also know that like we're good enough and we should be here, and that there's nothing to be surprised about, and that this was all built on in the summer, preseason, and that got a lot more goals to accomplish.
We've also had some improvement in your season as well. In the previous season, you were averaging around 5 points, and now, halfway through the season, you're at the 11-point mark. A massive jump for that. What do you attribute your success in that way?
I would say just the work I put in the off season. Always have, but I think this year I knew it was the last year. Give it everything I have, play every game like it's my last. Just playing with a new confidence out there this year. So I would say that just all the work I've put in finally paying off, and I just think I've approached the game better mentally.
Well, now as your senior year, are there moments where you look back to your freshman year and where you are now and just take all that experience in and incorporate that into the leadership role that you've taken now?
Yeah, for sure. I look back at my freshman year. It feels like it's not that long ago, but it is. And I've changed way more, matured. I've gone. This now my 4th year of college basketball. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I think that's the biggest part of my leadership is, I went through obviously freshman year not playing at all, sophomore year a little bit, and then last year was playing a decent amount. But I've had a lot of ups and downs, and that's what I try to preach to the guys, that if you just continue to put the work in, it's all going to pay off. I wouldn't change anything about those first couple years to where we are right now.
Well, being in a very competitive conference in the American Rivers Conference, y'all are having to go against really good teams like Nebraska Wesleyan and Buena Vista this season. Going against teams with that intensity, how does that better y'all's team?
It really we know it makes us realize how good we have to be every single day in practice, because every night we step on the floor, it's going to be a battle. Like last night against Dubuque, we wish we had that one, but it's just every night though in this league you got to be ready to go. And so we got Nebraska on Saturday, a team that went to the Elite Eight last year. So it's fun though. It's fun to have that competition, because when you walk on the floor, you want to be challenged and you want to have that energy of hey, we have to be on our best tonight or we're going to lose. And that's really motivating, and it gives you a sense of pride playing in the league.
Well, over the winter break, y'all went down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where y'all played in a tournament and took out 2 wins right there. Just seeing as obviously a really fun place to be, how was that just whole trip and experience for the entire team?
That was the greatest trip ever. The first game we played against Wentworth, 1-1. And then the second day, we played Ursinus College. It was a really good team. And we were down by 27 points in the first half, down 34-7, couldn't buy a basket. And we clawed back to 15 at halftime, and then just had a great second half and came back and won. Never been a part of something like that. That was awesome. And so that trip overall, I'm sure you guys on social media saw Jaden Maiden hitting the half-court shot. It was incredible. It wasn't real. All 4 days.
That's great. Well, thank you for being here, Richie.
Thank you, Jax.
Coming up next, we'll turn our focus to Wartburg men's and women's cross-country teams, where their Knights showed dedication and skill throughout the season. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
If you're into sports media, Wartburg College invites you to be part of its new sports media concentration. Students prepare for work in sports-related fields from athletic reporting to sports information, broadcasting, video production, and more. Students have real-world experience with journalism and communication faculty and staff, learning valuable skills employers are looking for. Wartburg students work for organizations like the NFL, NASCAR, Major League Baseball, and ESPN.
Discover more possibilities at Wartburg College. Explore your interests, pursue your passions, and gain the skills that lead to big opportunities. Carve your own path through rich hands-on experiences inside and outside the classroom. Our engaged faculty know you by name and go the extra mile. Study abroad, complete internships, and make meaningful connections that will last a lifetime. Make the switch to a school that offers more. Experience more at Wartburg College.
The Wartburg men's and women's cross-country team wrapped up their seasons with impressive results, capping off a strong campaign on the trails.
Both teams showed exceptional determination throughout the season, achieving new personal records and delivering top finishes at key competitions. Sports reporter Caleb Kammerer has more on how the Knights left it all on the course this season.
The women's cross-country team overperformed their expectations this season, riding a mix of seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen to an American Rivers Conference championship and a 26th place finish at the NCAA Division III Championships, their 7th straight season qualifying, with a huge mental ideal set for the runners by head coach Ryan Chapman.
This team didn't need a new Shaylin Hostager, and this team didn't need a new Aubrey Fisher. This team wasn't going to get replaced in those roles specifically because those girls can't be replaced. I can't emulate all that they were. So instead, it's just time to be the next Lydia Moss.
The men's cross-country team carried themselves highly all season, and it paid off with a runner-up finish at the NCAA Division III Championships after their American Rivers Conference title. With the second-place finish, the men's team tied their school record for best finish at an NCAA championship. Ellie Meyer placed 50th out of the 290 competitors, while the men's team had 3 All-American finishers in Isaiah Hammerand, Jacob Green, and Lance Soboski. Reporting for Night Vision News, I'm Caleb Kammerer.
With a season defined by hard work and dedication, both teams have established themselves as strong contenders in the American Rivers Conference.
The Knights can be proud of their performance this year, and we can't wait to see the future holds for Wartburg cross country.
The Wartburg men's soccer team wrapped up their season with strong performances, showing dedication and resilience throughout the season.
The Knights battled throughout challenges and delivered some impressive wins, establishing themselves as a top team in the conference sports. Reporter Chris Guerrero has more on this team's season and their journey.
Men's soccer was one of many highlights for the athletic program this fall. They continued their winning tradition in the American Rivers Conference here in Waverly and left everything they had on the field.
The first half of the season was rather middle of the road for the Knights, as they started off with a 3-2-2 out-of-conference record and lost their first game of ARC play to the University of Dubuque. However, they did not let that deter them. Head coach Mike Madigan talked about how the team took every day one at a time.
I think it was the foundation of what we've done. You know, whether you look at the 5 years of Curtis Ratzer and Andrew Valenzuela, for those guys to be able to help us learn and continue lessons we've learned in the past, for us to grow culturally and to help the new guys transition into what habits really are successful in college and in college athletics. I think that was a starting point. I think, and then it was their ability to grow and the ability of our young guys to grow that, you know, those were the things that then pushed us over the edge as we got farther and farther.
This thinking led the team to a 6-2 record in the ARC, and with a non-conference draw to UW-Platteville, the Knights ended their regular season with a 9-5-4 record and second place in the conference, allowing them to get a bye into the semifinal of the playoffs, where they met Central College. After defeating the Dutch, they hosted the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves in the ARC championship game, where it was a goal from Flory Gembo in the 49th minute that crowned the Knights ARC champions. Madigan talked about how the team's leadership pushed the team further late into the season.
Our focus as the year went was just to go 1-0 each day. And I think that certainly, as we went through a tougher non-conference stretch, you know, playing some very good opponents, but being tested and maybe had some results go against us, rather than being so extended about what was happening at the end of the year or what the polls said. It's just, hey, let's do what we need to do to go 1-0 today. And if we do that each day, game day will go really well.
The team ended their season with a trip to Northfield, Minnesota in the NCAA tournament first round, where they lost 1-3 to St. Olaf College. Many players received awards after the season ended, with 9 named to all-conference teams, 5 in academic all-district, and 3 all-region players.
While it may not be the storybook ending they would have wanted, the seniors of this team will not be forgotten. Their legacies will continue through the players they helped mentor for years to come. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Christopher Guerrero.
Although they've concluded their season, the Wartburg men's soccer team can be proud of the progresses they made and the commitment they showed all year.
The future looks bright for the Knights, and we're excited to see where their hard work takes them next season.
The Wartburg women's soccer team put together a season full of determined effort and great teamwork, leaving it all on the field.
The Knights continue to show their strength in the conference, battles against tough competition, and pushing their limits. Sports reporter Allie Parkhurst and Jace Holz has more on how the women's team performed this season.
The Wartburg women's soccer team proved to have a successful 2024 season with 6 CSC academic all-district athletes and 4 athletes making the all-conference team. 4th year Lauren Kirkle shares how it felt to finish off her soccer career as well as her plans for after she graduates in May.
Wrapping up my senior season was definitely a bittersweet moment for me, something that I was not looking forward to stepping away from. I played soccer my entire life, so something that I definitely was not looking forward to, but something that has to happen to everybody in everybody's career. So it was definitely bittersweet, but moving on to bigger and better things in my life, going to grad school next year, so I'm super excited to continue my life educationally.
Kirkle shares how she is proud of her improvement on the field and consistency as an athlete for the past few years.
This year, I think I am most proud of just coming off. Last year, athletically, I think I had one of the best season of my life. So just coming off all conference last year and wanting to prove to myself that I could do it again, and I did. And I'm really proud of myself where I have come individually.
Kirkle shares that during each game at the end of her season, she reminded herself that it could be her last, and how she holds closely something her mother said to her as motivation every day.
I would say our quarterfinal game against Luther when we hosted, that was a pretty intense game, and I think for me personally, it really I knew it could have been my last game, so I gave it. My mom always said give everything 110%, and I live by that every day. So I just really wanted to push myself, and I definitely had the game of my career, I think, during that game.
Reporting for Night Vision News, I'm Allie Parkhurst.
After finishing another successful season, the Wartburg women's soccer team is eagerly preparing for their 2025 season, looking to build on this year's accomplishments.
With a strong foundation in place, the Knights are excited to continue pushing forward and challenge themselves in the years ahead.
For our final exclusive interview of the day, we'll join once again sports reporter Jace Caddell as he visits with second-year women's wrestler Erica Peterson.
I'm here with Erica Peterson, the sophomore wrestler for Wartburg Women's Wrestling. Erica, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now this program's in its second year, and at the start of the season, y'all were ranked 25th and have now moved up as number 11 after a big tournament win against the number 8 team. How does that feel with you and the rest of your team as well, with the success that this team is truly bringing to the school?
Yeah, so we put in a lot of work last year just building the program from the ground up, and that has continued this year. The girls we recruited and brought in have just entirely bought into the process, and everyone has fully committed themselves to, just putting in all their effort and, doing all the parts of it, being a student, being an athlete, and that has just gotten us the best possible results.
You've also been wrestling for a lot of years of your life, going back even past high school, but now into your second year at the collegiate level. How has that felt for you at this state in the D3 level?
Yeah, so competing in college has definitely been a big step up from any other competition we've ever had to face. For women's wrestling, since we're not officially NCAA, all of us compete at all one division. So it's Division III, Division II, Division I, and that makes it incredibly tough. And we face every team in the country, and that's in some sense really cool. And sometimes it's kind of a bummer, and it's just an opportunity to get better.
Well, your head coach, Brady Kiner, is now in his second year of coaching, and he had just graduated out of Wartburg as well with his wrestling career here. How have you seen his growth alongside his support with y'all change throughout these 2 years now?
Yeah, so Brady is the biggest blessing we could possibly have as a coach. He has entirely just bought into learning everything there is about not just being a wrestling coach, but coaching women's wrestling. He is entirely bought into all the differences, all the similarities. He's done everything he possibly could do to get us what we need and the resources that we need to compete at the highest level. And he's just pushed us to be the best, and we love him.
That's awesome. Well, also now some history with you is that you are the first freshman class of this team, and now in your sophomore year with the biggest class of the team as well. How have you seen that connection with your sophomores as well, and how that's grown over the 2 years?
Yeah, so last year was really interesting, being the first class that this team's ever had, having no leadership to begin with. It was an interesting thing to see, who was kind of going to step up into these leadership spaces, and, how we were going to do everything with no, form or structure. And, this second year, kind of having some leadership established and having all these incredible freshmen come in, it's just been incredibly cool to get to be one of the upperclassmen and lead these younger girls, and also have them and come and see them step up to the plate and show some leadership for themselves. It's been really incredible.
Well, is there anything else you'd like people to know about Wartburg Women's Wrestling?
Just keep supporting us. We love every bit of support we get from the school and the community, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here, Erica.
Welcome to Wartburg. We have the best athletes, coaches, and facilities. Let's check it out. The W. It's basically held up by national championship trophies. Wrestling alone has 15. Wartburg has multiple fitness areas. Our weight room has 17 racks and Elite Form, the most advanced motion tracking software to improve our athletes. This is our updated softball field, baseball field, dedicated soccer field. The Max Cross Country course is right on campus. Our updated tennis courts, This is the Hoover Fieldhouse, home of our powerhouse track and field team. Football plays in the Walston-Hoover Stadium. Dance and cheer support the Knights constantly, and they also compete. Bowling and golf both compete right here in Waverly. Clay Target Sports recently won 2 national championships. Levick Arena is home to basketball, volleyball, and our amazing wrestling teams. We also have practice courts and a giant wrestling room. Our esports team just won a national championship. Check out their new home. Wartburg is home to over 700 student athletes. If you want to be the best, be a Knight. Hit us up and we'll show you around.
The Wartburg Clay Target team had an impressive season, demonstrating outstanding skills and consistency throughout the year.
With strong performances and commitment to excellence, the Knights aimed high this season. Sports reporter Cyrah Isa has more on how the team hit their targets this year.
Wartburg Clay Target Sports had a very successful fall season. The team placed high in many events, including a 7th place finish in the Collegiate Falls Central Midwest Conference Championships and best in co-college in a duel in Cedar Falls. But the highlight of the season was a victory at the Iowa 4-year College State Championship. Head coach Wyatt Hambley spoke about what the victory did for the team.
Winning the state tournament was really big for us. A lot of people had got quite a bit of confidence out of that, shooting some really good scores, so we're really happy with that, and I think that's going to really boost morale going into the spring.
Speaking about the team as a whole, Hambley said that the biggest change he has seen in his second year as head coach was the confidence in the team and the process.
From mental game to physical game and such, putting that all into place and seeing it continue into another year and build on itself was great to see. It was awesome.
The team will compete in the Spring Central Midwest Conference Championship and the ACUI Nationals for their spring season. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Keziah Ambundo.
The Wartburg bowling team showed great promise this season, demonstrating their skills and determination on the lane.
With consistent performances and a commitment to improvement, the Knights are looking to bowl their way to success. Sports reporter Kammerer has more on how the team rolled through this season.
The men's and women's bowling teams are in the midst of their seasons right now, with both teams having improved success from last year. The men's team has finished in the top half of all of their meets, including 20th at the Midwest Collegiate Championships, and winning their first tournament in program history on the back of senior Simon Larson.
It doesn't matter how small you are, how little your numbers are. It just depends on the dog in the fight and how big you want it and how much you want it.
The women's team has also made steady improvements, finishing 31st at the Midwest Collegiate Championships and toward the top half of their meets as well. Senior Beth Joel attributes their success to coaches Alexis and Brandon Rock.
I've seen so much progress since they've been here. They instill a lot of motivation in us and just a lot of trust in our personal game, but also they bring in that professional aspect of the sport.
With 7 tournaments completed as of today, the teams will bowl 3 more times, including a chance at the Mid-Iowa Bowling Conference Championships. Reporting for Night Vision News, I'm Caleb Kammerer.
With a strong foundation in place, the Knights are ready to continue bowling their way to greater accomplishments.
Thanks again to sports reporter Caleb Kammerer for bringing us the details on the bowling team this season.
The Wartburg esports team showcased exceptional skill and strategy this season, continuing to make their mark in the world of competitive gaming.
With consistent performance and a drive for excellence, the Knights have made significant strides. Sports reporter Guerrero has more on this season and the impact they've made in sports.
The Wartburg College esports team continued to build its momentum in its 3rd year as a program. The fall season consisted of 2 games, those being Rocket League and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The teams played in 2 conferences over the fall season, the National Esports Collegiate Conference and the Midwest Valley Esports Conference. On top of the 2 conferences, each team was broken down into varsity and junior varsity teams. The Super Smash Bros. Teams found themselves on the losing side of most matches, with a winless MVEC record and a 1-6 varsity record in the NECC. JV finished 3-4 in NECC play. The Rocket League teams had very good seasons. They finished 4-2 in the MVEC, while the Orange team in NECC finished 4-3 and got to the regional playoffs. The White team finished with a 5-2 record and were runners-up in their regional playoffs, while the Black team finished with an 0-7 record. Many of these players will be returning next year to build upon what they have already done, and Fisher says he cannot wait to see what the athletes will do.
Both our Rocket League and Smash rosters, so to be able to keep them and keep that experience, we have already a whole season under their belt, or maybe more, and they get to keep having more seasons with the same teammates, same coaching, and everything. I think that's really important to improvement to kind of continue on that trajectory.
The spring season for esports will include Overwatch 2, Rainbow Six Siege, and Mario Kart 8. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Christopher Guerrero.
With a successful season under their belt, the Wartburg esports team is eager to continue their pursuit of excellence in the coming future.
The Knights' dedication to improvement and teamwork will continue to drive their success in the world of esports.
That concludes our fall sports wrap-up. It's been a season full of exciting moments and impressive performances across all teams.
From gritty wins to outstanding athleticism, the Knights have proven once again why they stand out as a dominant force in the D3 sports.
We look forward to watching these teams continue to grow and excel in the seasons to come. Thank you for joining us for this special fall sports wrap-up coverage.
And a big thank you to all of our sports reporters who brought you the inside scoop on each team. We'll see you next time.
Have a great night and go Knights.